Director Devon Brown. We'll just jump right into questions. Matthew, you want to start us off today?
Of course. Coach, defense, you hold them to field goals as much as possible in that first half. Second half, they came back. What do you think? Is that just adjustment-wise, or what do you think played a role in that?
You know what? We knew it was going to be a four-quarter ball game. We just wanted to make sure we eliminate the big plays and explosive plays. And, I mean, that offense was really good quarterback. So we knew they was going to make those plays, man. So for us, we just make sure, hey, once they got down there to hold them to some field goals. But, again, they did do some halftime adjustments, and they got our numbers a couple times. So for us, it's a bend, no break defense, right? So, again, if they get down there, try to stop them. But, again, I love how our group, right, responded to adversity, right? A turnover, a 3-and-out, right? Or a sudden change, we responded to that, right? And the group atmosphere on the sideline was really good. So it wasn't about, hey, they did something that we didn't know they was going to do. Hey, they made plays, right? But we just made more plays than they did to find a way to win that ball game.
Coach, that run defense, lowest mark of the season for you all. How great was it to see that?
It was a good feeling. I think those guys up front did a really good job of controlling that piece, and we want to try to make guys one-dimensional, right? They passed for like 330 yards, right? So that's not really good, but at least we made them one-dimensional. Hey, you ain't going to run the ball, try to pass the ball, and we'll live and die with making guys one-dimensional rather than, hey, run, pass. We can't stop neither one.
Now, going into this game, I think you guys are still at the bottom in run defense, just in yards allowed. You're going against a team that ranks last in rushing offense. That's kind of an interesting matchup. Somebody's going to do well.
Yeah. To me, it's not about the opponent piece, right? It's about us as a unit, as a defense, and we try to preach that to our players. What do we want to do with our full body of work in the season, right? The season not over, right? So can we improve where we at in the rankings? Yes, we can, right? But it take us just doing our job, executing at a high level. So we don't look much more than what they do, and what we do is, hey, what can we do to get better and continue to work on our run defense?
Coach, looking at a defensive standpoint, obviously these guys, they're not looking at a statistical standpoint of it, but how confident are you that your defense, they have given up points like that, but they still found a way to find it when you needed it? How confident, like you talked about the morale, like the team, they're not dropping at any point in the game, and that's really big for a defense. What do you think plays a role in that?
I think the want to, right, the effort, and then those players, man, they play hard for each other, right? This is a player-led team, right? So no matter what we do on defense as a defensive staff, the players make plays, man. I think those guys want to be elite. They want to be good. So it's come down to the players want to do it at a high level with each other, right? So at the end of the day, our job is to make sure we put those guys in the right position to make plays, and those guys got to make plays at critical moments, which I think we did that at times, right? And there's certain calls in the game that we gave explosive, and it wasn't on the players, on coaches, right? So we take credit for that too, but in the day, players got to make plays, and I think those guys want to be good and they want to play for each other.
Now, speaking of making plays too, this was technically a special teams play, but Karan Hayward with the big field goal block, it just seems like he's making an impact when he's out there for you.
And the thing is, he do it at practice too, man, right? He got hurt during fall camp, right? So he came in a little banged up. Now he's just getting back healthy, making a bunch of plays, playing more for us. Again, a guy that love the game, love his teammate, and want to find a way to win, want to find a way to make a play to help this team, man. So still guys to continue to get better back into the season, which I think as a defense, we have to get better in the back end of the season. You can't hit your peak early in the season and then just stay the same, right? So I think as a defensive staff, we feel like our best game haven't came up just yet, so we're still searching for that game.
Just looking at this Aggies offense, what challenges do they present, what problems for you guys?
Really good skill group. I think the running backs is really good. The quarterback probably the guy that run the show for him, right? Really good zip, really good ball, understands the quarterback run game stuff. So I think this is probably going to be one of the top offenses we play when it comes to skill guy. Receivers really good. They win 50-50 balls. They can go high point the ball and then run out the catch, right? So I think it's still going to be a game where we got to stop the run, try to make these guys one-dimensional. It's going to be tough because these guys do some really good things on offense because they have a bunch of skill guys. You pack the box, they're going to throw it up top, right? If you play loose, they will run the ball, but they do have a good skill group and with the running backs and receivers.
Coach Bowie and Coach Helton both talking about the standard and how all the players here uphold that. How do you see your defense just working hard every day to be a part
You know what? It's a team defense, right? It's a team game, and Coach Hutton always put the pride and the weight on us, saying, "Hey, we gonna win as much games as the defense goes, right?" So we take that pride, and then we understand we haven't been playing as clean and as hard as we want to at times, right? But we understand what it takes to go win football games, right? And then at times, maybe 3 quarters, we play really good defense, right? And then, hey, it might be 3 or 4 plays that we didn't play good defense. So how do we find a way to clean that 1 quarter? It could be the first quarter, it could be the 4th quarter, right? But if they don't score, they don't win, right? So it's always good to have an offense that can score points. But if the game is 7-0 and we win by a touchdown, let's go do that, right? So we got to find a way to keep stacking good days, and we have a really good leadership on the defensive group and the players that want to win, want to be successful. So it's always good to feel that way.
Coach, Dylan Wester has been a real solid piece for a linebacking core, not just a linebacking core, the defense as a whole. Just going throughout the season, how much have you seen him progress, and how excited are you to see him throughout the rest of the year?
You know, it's a credit to our coaches and Coach Merritt, right? Just getting new guys that come in this building as transfers, right? That understands the team atmosphere. This guy coming here as a team player, played at FAU, played at Colorado, right? So a third school, like, does this guy really care about the team? Does he care about himself? But this guy care about his brothers now, right? Plays hard, but he also practices with the same energy and passion, man. So a player like that, you love that he's on our team. The guy would fly around to the ball, right? Does he make mistakes? Yes, but he make mistakes 100 miles per hour, right? You can live with that when you make a mistake. But the guys make plays for us day in and day out, but he's a really good teammate. He's a really good leader. When things ain't going right on that sideline, he's the first to say something in a positive manner, though, right? It's always good to say something to your peers, but in a positive way, because, again, it's a 4-quarter ball game, and, I mean, the next game going to be a 4-quarter ball game. So defense going to have to make a play in the 4th quarter to win this ball game.
In general, just looking at the schedule this year, you guys had the week 0 and you've got the midweek games. There's some interesting times where you guys have some time off, and obviously the bye weeks. Do you find that this year, has it helped you guys get healthier? Have you had a little more time to recover? And just generally, are you a little bit better off on that?
Yes and no. I think the bye weeks came at the right time because we did have some banged up guys that can get healthy. If it was up to me, I would like to play a season right through, right, just to keep everything rolling. Because sometimes coming off a bye week, you haven't hit in a week, right? You haven't played anybody else in the week, so you kind of started off a little slower at times, right? But I think the bye week did help us this season just because of the injuries, getting guys back right, and then working on things, right? Physicality, stopping the run game, you can do those during a bye week. A short week, it's not much you can do other than trying to get good at what you do and execute at a high level. So it came, but again, if you ask me, I'd rather just play through a whole season, and if bye week come, but bye week have been really good for us this season.
Another guy I want to ask you about, Harper Holloman on the edge. I was looking at stat, he's one of the highest rated edge defenders in the conference. What does he do differently in his approach and on the field that makes him such a special and effective defender?
You know what? Harper is a really good player, really young, a good young player. He haven't made the plays that he should be made already, but the guy flashes. He do his job at a high level. If you ask him, he's not happy with what he has been putting on tape, right? But he's a good player. Yes, he is, right? But there's a lot more he can do to help this and impact this team. And the guy plays a bunch of snaps. He played with havoc, right? He played with good hands, pass rush, right? And pass rush and coverage go hand in hand. So a bunch of those bad balls, a bunch of those interception tip balls come from him getting pressure on the quarterback, right? The next step for him is now going to get after that quarterback, make contact with that quarterback, and get the ball out, man. So I know for him, his standard is still high. He have a lot to improve on, but he's a really good player, and I'm glad to have him on our team.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate y'all.